Hey yo, what's going on YouTube? CW Entertainment here, back today with another episode of NBA 2K16 MyGM with the Indiana Pacers. After that Cavs game, we won our next 3 games against the Orlando Magic, the Boston Celtics, and the Minnesota Timberwolves. And so we are currently sitting at 8-2 on the year and on a 5-game winning streak going into Chicago. One bad thing did happen was Myles Turner. He suffered a bruised left knee and will be day-to-day, so we will be missing him for this game, but should be able to do all right without him. And just a quick little look here. We are on Superstar Sim with 9 minutes. And here's a look at the conference right now. Indiana Pacers, we are the number 1 seed, followed by the Raptors, Pistons, and the Cavs at the 4 seed. But a surprise right here was the Bulls sitting at 2-7. So it looks like it's been a rough stretch right here in the early part of the season for the Chicago Bulls. No surprise, Golden State, number 1 team in the West. Surprise is the Dallas Mavericks tied with the Oklahoma City Thunder for the number 2 seed. And no surprise for the Spurs or the Clippers. So let's go ahead and get into this gameplay. Okay, so we're here in Chicago against the Bulls. Another tough road challenge for us. Even though the Bulls are 2-7 on the year, it's still going to be a difficult matchup containing Jimmy Butler, Paul Gasol, and Derrick Rose today. So right here you see Monte Ellis with the ball. I'm going to try to drive a little bit, kicks to Paul George. Paul George finds Lavoy Allen. And not known for shooting, but somehow Lavoy Allen gets the 3 to go. Right here, Derrick Rose against George Hill. Derrick Rose was a matchup nightmare today. As you see him getting to the line, drawing the foul. I'm not sure what was going on with Derrick Rose today, but he was just going off. He was a man among his boys. With that foul, it was a surprise to me that they caught a flagrant on Jordan Hill. Not sure why. It didn't look like a flagrant foul to me, but that's what they called. But we got a timeout here. The Bulls starting to get on a little run, so we had to cool them off a little bit. Right here, Kirk Heinrich, a bad pass. We're going to kick it up to Paul George. Paul George is going to give it to Monte Ellis, who's going to finish with a nice little layup, cut the lead down to 5. It's about getting almost through with the first quarter. George Hill kicks it to Monte Ellis. And Monte Ellis making it rain. It allows us to cut the lead to 2. Bulls didn't like that. They're going to have to get a timeout as it is 16-14 Bulls lead. Right here you're going to see Doug McDermott miss the 3. And we're going to get the rebound. We're out here running. CJ Miles leading the way. And then he gets the lay-in to go. We're up 18-16. And we're getting our first lead of the day. There's a big bucket right there. And right here we are back tied 18-18. Rodney Stuckey with the ball. Loses the ball. Shot clock running down, and he's just going to throw it up, get it to go. Going to give us another 2-point lead. We're back up 20-18. All right, so we're going to skip ahead a little bit. It's 22-22. And here comes the Bulls. Derrick Rose is going to kick it over there to Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler takes a wide open 3. He can't get it to go. Jordan Hill on the glass. Going to run the break. Here goes Paul George. Gets it over to George Hill. Monte Ellis pump fakes. And he's going to kick out. Paul George making it rain from deep. Paul George has been an animal this year. He's really the guy we want leading this offensive charge. And so here we go. It's 27-26. Lavoy Allen with the ball. He's trying to back down Paul Gasol. Kicks it over to Monte. And Monte Ellis hitting another 3 for the Pacers. We're up 30-26. Bulls once again not liking all the 3-pointer shots, and they're going to get them another timeout here. And so moving on forward, we're up 35-30. A nice spin move from Aaron Brooks as he freezes George Hill. George Hill, the lackadaisical defense by this guy is unbelievable. But right now we're going to get a timeout as the Bulls cut the lead down to 3. See Aaron Brooks and Bobby Portis up there celebrating as they know to just cut the lead down to 3. And here we got CJ Miles trying to run a play. Designed to go to Stuckey. He kind of gets a little trap. Back to Stuckey. Aaron Brooks on the coverage. And Stuckey going to throw it down on Taj Gibson. Gibson getting the post. And not sure what happened here on the inbound. But it was a throwaway ball. But Mahimi dives on it, gives the ball back to C.J. Myles. He brings it back up the court, getting it over to Rodney Stuckey. Stuckey passes it over there to Solomon Hill. Solomon Hill back to Stuckey. And he gives it down to Rakeem Christmas. Rakeem tries to back down Taj Gibson. He sees C.J. Myles cutting late, but he's going to get the and-one basket to go. It's going to put us up 39-32 with just a little bit under a minute to go. C.J. Myles with a nice bucket. He's going to go to the line. He's going to hit this free throw. And we got an 8-point lead. And then right here before halftime, Aaron Brooks got fouled. He went to the charity stripe. He hit both free throws. So it is going to be 40-34 at halftime. I'm going to let them take it away.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're going to break down the first half action for you. For the Pacers, the first quarter was pretty even. Nothing seemed to give way on either side of the scoring column as they wrapped up the period all knotted up. The second quarter was when things really came together for them, and the result is they were able to build a solid 6-point lead at the half. And Kenny, what'd you think about what we saw from Indiana?
Well, quite simply, their bench showed up tonight. And when I say showed up, I'm talking about on the offensive end because they were scoring in bunches. Now, you want your reserves to just at least come in and hold the fort, but they did way more than that tonight.
And Shaq, what'd you think about Chicago?
The thing I like is their aggressive approach and getting to the line. You know, when things seem to stagnate on offense, it's sometimes a matter of forcing your will. This team can generate a lot of points and also dictate the pace of the game if they play with that aggressiveness.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We're going to sit right here and wait for the end of the game and talk at you again.
Okay, so we're back here to start the third quarter. We're up 8 right now. Paul Gasol goes in, tries a layup, doesn't get it to go. Jordan Hill on the glass. Paul George running the break, sees Monte Ellis, who's going to hit a nice floater over Derrick Rose, gives us a 10-point lead. Right now it's looking good for the Pacers to ride this one out. Right here, Derrick Rose kind of getting trapped, kicks to Doug McDermott to Butler to Gasol, who hits a nice fadeaway jump shot. Cuts the lead back down to 8. Paul Gasol looking like his old self, looking like when he was back with the Lakers on that three-peat team. And right here, we're going to get over to Monte Ellis. Monte Ellis kicks it over to Paul George. Paul George going up against Doug McDermott. McDermott playing some nice D. We're going to throw up a bad shot as the shot clock was running down. Doug McDermott coming down the court, gets to Gasol. Gasol to Rose. Bad transition defense by us as Jimmy Butler cashes out a 3. Just got to play better defense than that, man. You can't play soft defense, especially when it comes during the transition. And right here, George Hill with the ball. And we're going to try to run a play. We're going to get it to Monte Ellis. Jimmy Butler playing some tight coverage on him. Monte Ellis kicks it to Paul George. It's going to be a turnover. Doug McDermott running the fast break. He's coming down. He's going to try to back down Paul George. He doesn't see anything he likes. Gets it to Gasol. Gasol to Noah. Doug McDermott wide open for 3. And he's going to drain a 3. The Bulls cut the lead back down to 2. They're back in this game. And they just erased a 10-point deficit that the Pacers had. And right now it's not looking good for the Pacers as the Bulls have caught fire here in the second half. Right here we're going to swing it over to Jordan Hill. Jordan Hill looking like a wingman and going to the rack, slamming it down. A nice dunk right here by Jordan Hill. Typically see that out of wing guys, but Jordan Hill said, hey, I can do it too. So nothing really else happened here in the third quarter. We're going to go ahead and skip here to the fourth, to 60-59. You see Jimmy Butler wide open for 3. He's going to drain it. And basically, the fourth quarter really wasn't going our way. Bulls were hitting shots and we were missing shots. Right here, Monte Ellis kicks it back to George Hill. Paul George is going to take a 3. And he's going to make it rain. Paul George was the one bright spot here in the fourth quarter as we bring the lead back down to 1. And here goes Derrick Rose throwing it down. George Hill. Once again, bad defense, not moving his feet. Derrick Rose was lighting us up here in the fourth quarter. Paul George got the ball on Doug McDermott. Doug McDermott not really doing much against him. Paul George going to go to the rack. He's going to get a dunk. And he's going to cut the lead back down to 3. It's 65-68. And here comes Derrick Rose. He's going to bring it back up slowly. Going to get it over to Noah. Noah, you can see they're trying to get a play going for Jimmy Butler. Back down to Paul Gasol. Paul Gasol, we're going to try to do a fadeaway, but nope. We're going to kick it to Derrick Rose. Once again, Derrick Rose hitting another easy jump shot. Not sure where George Hill is, Ben, but we're going to get a timeout after that. Here goes Doug McDermott right here. You can see they got a 7-point lead. He's going to lose the ball, but he gets it back. Nobody in the paint covering Joakim Noah. They're going to get a 9-point lead right here. And it is not looking good for the Pacers as this game is starting to slip away from them. And right here, Derrick Rose going to the rack, looking like a vintage Derrick Rose. The 2012 MVP form Derrick Rose came to play tonight against the Pacers. Man, he was just giving him a spark. And here goes Paul George. Paul George kicking it outside. Monte Ellis for 3. He hits the 3. Big time money making 3 right here. We're going to cut the lead down to 7 with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the game. And we're just trying to cut it down. Once again, Derrick Rose getting another lay-in. George Hill flops on the play. George Hill might be getting his walking papers here very soon, folks. And Paul George going to the rack. Cutting the lead back down to 7. Paul George trying to keep this team in this game. He's not walking out of here with a nail on his shoulders. He knows he is the focal point of this team, and he's going to try to do whatever he can to will this team to a victory. Paul George right here trying to take the pick. He's going to pull a 3, and he's going to clink off the iron. He can't get to go. It's a 9-point game. Kick it up to Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler, a nice move, getting to the inside of the paint. And makes it an 11-point game. Paul George right here. Paul George, been the main guy on this team that's been consistent night in and night out. Brings it back down to a 7-point game. Derrick Rose against George Hill once again. George Hill kind of getting lost. Derrick Rose kicks it inside. Back to Jimmy Butler. Kick it out to Doug McDermott. Back to Jimmy Butler. Here goes Derrick Rose. Pulls up. Misses. We got a chance. Here goes Paul George. Paul George is going to shoot. And make it rain again. Paul George. Mr. Consistency. And right here, a bad pass. Doug McDermott throws it out of bounds. That's the second time this has happened to the Bulls. Pacers giving a breath of new life. Down 4 with 34 seconds to go. They're going to inbound it here to Monte Ellis. Monte Ellis passes it down, turns it over, almost turns it over. Gets it down to Paul George. Paul George goes up, looks for a foul, doesn't get it. Derrick Rose is intentionally fouled. He's going to go down there. He's going to make both free throws, and that's just going to end the ball game right there, folks. The Pacers will lose this game with the nail, 79-85. Hard-fought win by the Bulls, looking a lot better than a 2-7 team. I kind of underestimated how they were going to be, but I knew that Derrick Rose, Jimmy Butler, and Paul Gasol were going to be a handful today. So you can tell we really kind of missed Myles Turner for a scoring option. But that's going to do it for this video, you all. If you like the video, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. I'm out, everybody. Peace.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Derrick Rose. He had just an outstanding fourth-quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact on the outcome of this game.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
We saw Rose explode tonight. His dual threat ability, being able to score or pass equally well, man, that puts him on another level.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.